guys, welcome to Feel Good Friday. This week we're bringing you some remote learning tips. So as I was working with my kiddos at home trying to manage this whole in-person and virtual learning, I figured let's share some tips with you guys on creating a routine. So that's what I'm going to present to you guys, and then we'll have the other counselors presenting some other tips as well. So the first thing that we found is finding a good space to host your virtual learning. Make sure that space is not their bedroom. Okay, they need a space at home that they can have a timeout, that they can have a safe space to go away from schoolwork. So keep their bedroom their safe space, their cool place to hang out. We've created our school learning, unfortunately, at our kitchen table. So my cute little centerpiece has now turned into a bucket of school supplies. So find a space that works for you guys where you can have virtual learning set up. Also, what I do is set up lesson plans. So my husband is doing most of the virtual learning days with our kiddos. He is working as well. So we have found the best thing to do is sit down and make a checklist for each day with the kids. So what that looks like is, like for Grayson, she's a 6th grader. She has her core binder that has packets in it. Then we also have Canvas Learning that has lessons set up there. And then I have Grayson telling me, well, my teacher says I need to do this, this, and this. So that can be a lot to manage, right? So we sit down together after her in-person days each night, and we make a lesson plan for what she needs to do for each day of learning. So let's say now we're all gonna be doing 3 days of virtual learning since we've passed the new off on Wednesdays. So we'll sit down on Tuesday night, and I will look at her core binder, we'll look at Canvas, and then Grayson will be sitting with me. So I sit down and write a lesson plan for Wednesday, and we make a checklist like for science and say, okay, these are the things that we need to get done for science for Wednesday, and we manage that day. This is the things we need to get done for math, and we manage that day. So we'll do that for just one day, and then we'll do Thursday, and then we'll do Friday. Now what my kids want to do sometimes is they want to get it all done in one day so that they can have 4 or 5 days off. That doesn't work. We're not doing our best work, we're rushing through, they get burned out, they hate school. So make sure you're sitting down, making checklists, make it manageable, make sure that you're giving plenty of breaks in there, and it creates that routine for them. Also, remember, flexible due dates. So all your teachers are requiring them to do is to have those virtual learning days done before your in-person days start again. So for my kids that are on the A schedule, really they have 5 days to get that virtual learning done. So as my husband's working and maybe they can't fit everything in, what I have for my kids is they have a notebook set up next to their virtual learning checklist, and it's say Grayson's working on some math and Dad's not home with her, she's doing some of it by herself, and I have a high school student, Easton, who's sitting there working with her. If he can't answer a question for her, or he's working and they're both working hard, hopefully, she'll write down a question and just say, need some help on math, need some help on English. And remember, you have flexibility on those due dates. So if it goes into the weekend and maybe we didn't finish everything on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, those due dates, the teachers are just wanting that work, even though it may say that that work needs to be completed on Wednesday, you have until that following Monday in person to have all of that work completed. So you guys just take a deep breath. If you can't get through everything on those days, we understand that you guys are working, you guys are managing the best that you can. You have that 5-day window to make that work. So go through that checklist each day. When you get home in the evening, we kind of go through it just like we would at school. We're coming home, we're looking at homework, seeing what we need to complete. If we have time that evening to get it done, great. If not, we're rolling that into our next day's lessons, trying to answer those questions and moving forward in that direction. Lastly, make sure you're setting up a routine.
Okay. Hi guys, I'm Mr. Rogers, or Brad, as Adrian likes to call me. It's gonna be hard to follow. She did all that in one take, so I have a lot of pressure. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about snacks and brain breaks. This is definitely my forte. I love snacks. I love giving my brain a break every now and again. So I don't have kids, but I recently completed my master's program last year. So I know a thing or two about overworking yourself and making sure you get those necessary breaks in order to be able to function. So the first thing, kind of piggybacking off of something Adrian said was, or Ms. Harlow said, was starting that routine, like kind of piggybacking off that. make sure you get up and have breakfast, whether it's something small or big. I don't eat a lot in the morning. I usually at least have like a piece of fruit though. Kind of sets the tone for the day. Make sure you're not sluggish. It just gets everything working. And have something to drink as well, preferably water. Basically, I get up, I was pressured into buying a hydro flask by middle schoolers last year. So what I do now is I usually get my hydro flask, I fill it all the way up, and I make sure that I drink it at least throughout the day while I'm working. One thing to remember is that anxiety really likes to feed on you when you're not assisting yourself in that way. If you're not having snacks or like I said, keeping yourself hydrated, anxiety loves to feed on that, and it can make you panic. It can make you what I call spiral and just think the world's coming to an end because you don't understand a concept. It's not the case. It's just your anxiety feeding on that, lack of nutrition that you're giving yourself. I would say like however many lessons you plan on attacking that day, maybe set out like a Ziploc baggie of whatever your preferred snack is. I like almonds a lot, like Blue Diamond almonds are very good. I steal Miss Harless's all the time. But like having a little baggie of that so that just like, if you feel yourself like, like in that panic mode, give yourself a break, like take a breather, step back, have like a 5-10 minute little like snack session, then try to attack it again, because then maybe, you've cleared up your mind a little bit. Again, you're giving yourself that nutrition. It's going to help your thought process out a lot. If you feel yourself not getting anything, and this is one thing that I was definitely susceptible to when I was in my master's program, I would study or I try to learn a concept and I would just force myself to do it nonstop for like 2 hours. And by the time I got past that 1 hour mark, it was kind of all running together. I was forgetting things that I knew 30 minutes ago because I was overloading myself. So make sure that during each lesson, in between each lesson, that you're giving yourself, like I said, that 5 to 10 minute break. Make sure that you're not overworking yourself. Don't leave everything to the last minute. And as she said before as well, don't try to get it all done so that you can have a longer break. In the long run, that's just going to make you forget, and you're not really going to understand whatever concept it is you're trying to learn. So yeah, make sure you eat and drink throughout the day. Your preferred drink and snack of choice. Cheers.
Hi guys, I just wanted to take a moment to remind you, as we navigate these remote learning days, make sure you are separating your school day from your family time. Although it's super important to have those checklists and do your school day and stay on top of your schoolwork, all of the assignments, at nighttime, maybe just kind of go over that checklist and share with your family what was accomplished that day, what your goals were, what you met, what's yet to be done. But then really focus on family and spending time together and having other conversations. What are some things you're thankful for? What are some things you learned that day? It doesn't have to be about remote learning 24 hours a day. So I just challenge you to continue to enjoy life, stay healthy, stay happy, and focus on the positive.